The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
I got him!
So don't get cocky.
This is about what's going to happen.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, what did this school board member say to this attractive student? And who wants to go to Slab City? And why is this parakeet swimming with the fishes? And is microtonal music the next big thing? All this and much, much more we discuss here on DeaconLive. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on news stories and viral videos that you might have missed over the last several days, or we will be talking about them here in the upcoming few. How are you? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's all we care about, is that you're getting along with someone and someone's getting along with you. Now, we're just coming out of spring break. We're wrapping up the show, or wrapping up the month. Are we wrapping up? No, we're in April now. God almighty. Where has the time gone? You take 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off to go to Europe, and then you come back and your brain's mush because you completely missed a whole month of stuff going on here in the United States. Well, spring break, I guess, is coming back, so the kids are out there standing on the stop signs or on the bus stop areas. But you have to be careful because you never know. My mom always said when you were driving, always be cautious of the other driver. And this one is no different because these kids were waiting at the bus stop and this motorcycle in San Antonio, Texas came flying right at them at a high rate of speed and exploded, burst into flames. Now, don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video over on YouTube. You can search us over there, follow us over there on our YouTube channel. That's DeaconLive, all one word, then podcast. And you can see these videos in real time as we're talking about them here on the show. I'm going to switch over to camera 3. And you can already see the explosion right here. Here's a couple kids right here on the corner of 5th and Main, it looks like. You know, very, very big, busy intersection. And this motorcycle came flying across. Let's see if I can backtrack it just a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, there it is right there. And let's see. Let's get a little bit more volume on that. So here we go.
Escaped after a motorcycle crashed. Take a look at this. New video shows a close call near San Antonio. 4 children narrowly escaped after a motorcycle crashed, skidding toward them before slamming into a pole. The bike exploded into flames.
If it wasn't for that pole, 2 of those kids would have been dead. I mean, there's a light pole right on the corner there, and the bike kind of skipped off the curb, flew up in the air, and wrapped itself around that pole, metal pole it looked like, and kicked the motorcycle in a different direction, and the kids went running.
Feet from where those children were standing, the rider who lost control was seen running away.
Now, you can watch this. If you're watching it, you see the motorcycle slide across the concrete. So this is like, you didn't see what actually caused the accident. You see the after effects, and the motorcycle is already sliding across the concrete. It hits the curb first, and if you look real closely, the driver of the motorcycle is basically doing the Pete Rose behind the motorcycle at the same time. So you see the motorcycle hit, and then, oh, I'm sorry, I clipped the microphone there. You see the motorcycle hit, and then you see the rider come sliding up behind it. So let me backtrack just a little bit so you can see that. Here he goes. Hold on there. I'll get to you. Here we go. Here we go.
Just feet from where those children were standing, the rider who
right here,
lost
boom,
control
and then there's a rider.
While on fire, suffering second-degree.
There he goes running across the street. So he ran across the street. He was fine. I say he was fine. He was sliding at however many miles per hour, and he ended up sliding into the fire of the motorcycle and catching himself on fire. So he jumps up, he runs across the street, he's beating himself off. Trying to, instead of stop, drop, and roll, he's sitting there patting, help me, Tom Cruise, help me, help me, Richard Leonard, whoever he is, and goes running across the street.
Called it a miracle that none of those children were injured.
So there you go. That's what happened this week over in San Antonio, Texas. So be careful out there. Always have your head on a swivel, no matter where you're at, no matter where you're on, what street corner you're on. Be careful, man, because you never know. There was a incident a few weeks back where a guy lost his wife on a very busy intersection and in a car crash, an unfortunate car crash, and he was out there protesting, we need to put a light on this corner on this intersection, and he got killed as well later on. Conspiracy? Yeah, I guess when your time comes, your time comes. But those kids, thank God they're all safe and they made it to school. I would have taken the day off. Too much pressure for me. I would have said, nope, not doing the test today, teacher. And the kids looked like they were in like middle school maybe. Nope, not playing PE kickball today. This is my kickball. I'm out. I'm out. That's it. When we come back, we have a lot to talk about, lots to get into, and what happened to this guy after the cops arrested him for DUI and how he ended up in this position. It's very morbid as far as what happened to him, and we'll dive into his story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, you could join the podcast. The way you can do that, you can be heard. Just go over to prophetradio.com. Yes, the website's up and running. It's not 100% finished, but it's enough to where you could actually leave a message and it comes right to our inbox. We broadcast every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Little town we like to call Marshville. Your voice can be heard right alongside of us here in the studio. Go over there. There's a little button that says Be Heard. Click on that. Opens up a microphone on your device. You can be anonymous if you want. It says, put your name there. It's required. You can put whatever name you want in there. I don't know who you are. You could be, Jesse Tuscadero or something like that. Put your name in there. It's going to want a real email address just to make sure you're not a robot. And then you can speak right into your device and your message comes right to our inbox and we'll play it on the very next podcast and you can be podcast famous. Now, this gentleman right here is going viral because of this place in California where it's the last standing of no government and it's a free area. So let's figure out what this place is all about. A man posted a video sharing a positive experience on a place called Slab City in California. A short time later, he left a comment under his video saying, "I'm not recommending traveling here." So what happened? In his video, the TikTok user Taylor Herod, who goes by @Taylor Herod, shows us what it's like to live in the lawless American town called Slab City. Herod, who lives in a van and travels around the country, says Slab City is a place that refers to as the last free place in America. They call it free or lawless due to no official government, no official property ownership, and little to no police present. Over the course of the rest of the video, Herod shares his largely positive experience in Slab City, where the area has no trash service, no water supply, no electrical grid. The parallel systems have developed that allow people to live in the area. So they've created something there so people can, be okay, I guess. Additionally, a small tourist economy has developed in the area. Herod visits a gift shop where he buys a ring and a sticker while talking to the owner about what it's like to live in the area. So let's see if we can find his video. If we search Taylor Herod on TikTok, there he is. What a nice young man. So here we go. Day life. Where is... Oh, here's Slab City. So here we go. What it's like to spend 24 hours in Slab City. And this is... let me switch over to camera 3 here so we can see it. And this one's got over 1 million something views. So here we go. Let's find out what's going on.
24 hours in the lawless American town called Slab City. My name is Taylor and I live in a van with my wife Kayla, and this town is located in the...
Kayla, you're a lucky lad. You're a lucky gal to be doing this. God almighty. I am jealous. I am jealous that people that can do this and survive and make a living on it. But it takes a certain type of person. And these two, I guess, found each other in solidarity. So there we go.
Desert of California, close to the Salton Sea. We wanted to go check out the town that's referred as the last free place in America, and they call it free or lawless due to the no official government, no official property ownership, and little to no police presence. Some other interesting facts about this town is there's no trash service, no water supply, no electrical grid, so pretty much people here rely on the creativity and DIY systems.
It's like 24/7 Burning Man is what it looks like. Maybe there's where they trade and barter and all that stuff. How do you keep the bums out? It's California. How do you keep the bums out? How do you keep the riffraff out of there?
The first thing we did today was drive over to a gift shop right next to the hot spring, and we decided to buy a ring.
This is not a gift shop. It's not like you're walking into Disney World. This is some guy under a canvas who's got a picnic table set up, and he's got shit on it, and that's it.
And a sticker, and we also had a great conversation with the guy who owned it about what it's like to live here along with his dog Frankenstein. Then we went to the famous Salvation Mountain, which is a hand-built art installation created by the artist Leonard Knight. It's essentially a hillside sculpted and painted with bright murals, religious imagery.
It's graffiti. It's graffiti on the side of this rock mountain that's probably, 6-7 feet tall. It's not a mountain by any stretch of the definition, but it's a berm. if anything.
The repeated message, God is love, is now maintained by a nonprofit and other volunteers who repair the art daily to continue Leonard Knight's legacy. We then drove further into town. We walked around and checked out the range, which is a concert hall that they have open mics every weekend. We then went to some of the other art exhibits called East Jesus and House of Dots. East Jesus was just a bunch of random objects that a lot of us would consider trash, and they turned it into awesome art pieces.
Okay,
House
that's
of
good.
Dots was an art display to show consumerism, and both of these places were really cool and interesting. Our last stop in town was the skate park that used to be an Olympic-sized pool from the military base Camp Dunlap that was left abandoned here in the 1950s.
Okay, so that's how it started. It was a skate park, and then the skaters didn't want to go home, so they said, fuck it, we'll just live here, because it was an abandoned, what did they call it, abandoned bomb shelter or something?
Size pool from the military base Camp Dunlap that was left abandoned here in the 1950s.
So this was government property, but no one's taking care of it. So this whole thing was a base at one time, and no one set claim to it?
Talked to some of the locals who run the skate park, and they were very nice to us. Once we were done exploring town, we decided to leave because there were so many flies, probably due to the nearby Salton Sea and a lot of the trash in town, so we decided to head to Bombay Beach to eat dinner at the Ski Inn.
No, don't eat there, buddy. Don't eat at the Bombay Inn. Oh, welcome. Our cuisine is the best.
Really cool to see all the dollar bills on the walls, and honestly, the food was actually so good.
It's good because you're starving and you haven't eaten in days.
Driving to a spot that was closer to Joshua Tree to get away from the smell of dead fish from the Salton Sea, and we got settled in for the night at camp and ended up going to bed. That's what a day is like in Slab City.
And then my wife was murdered. Let's go back to me now. My wife is murdered because the people at Slab Island, or whatever, Slab City, followed us because we looked healthy compared to them. They were harvesting her organs and so on and so forth. So there you go. If you ever heard of it out there, if you haven't heard of it, it's Slab City. It didn't look too bad. It didn't look too, but it's daytime. They didn't show any nighttime pictures. That place is probably a fucking party zone of friggin' crackheads and meth heads and homelessness and just miscreants just running around doing miscreant stuff. So there you go. That's over at Slab City in California. Now this guy right here never made it to Slab City, unfortunately, because he is now dead. California police find a decomposing body of a DUI suspect inside their squad car at the station. So how the hell did this happen? Police in Azula, California, is that Azula or Alsula? Or Sula, California, found this guy in one of their out-of-service patrol vehicles. He had apparently gotten in there himself after being released. So let's see. Oh, here's the video of it. Oh, let's go back to camera 3. We've got video. I want you to see it. So here we go. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube and check this out as well. So here we go. This is them. Out of service vehicle. Oh, they're blurring it big time. Oh, yeah.
For sure?
Oh.
For sure. What's his name? Eric Valencia.
Eric Valencia. He did. Oh, he did. He's in the back seat. Get a little closer to the car so I can't see anything.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah. He's
He looks like he's decomposing. He just looks like
So they got the EMTs out there.
back of the unit right here.
Oh, sorry.
this one?
Yes, the back seat.
So this
be
vehicle's out of service? It's sitting out front. EMT guys. Oh, it's got a stink. They're going to peel them off the seats. Half his skin's going to be on the left in the... Hey, guess what? That's going to the auction.
Sorry?
Are they open? You just like got in there?
I have no idea. I just got out here. He actually... Where'd he go? So he actually discovered him.
Okay, hold on. I got questions. Go back to me now. I got questions. So, like I said, this car's sitting in the... Basically, the lot. And it's I can see cars driving by. I can see everything going on. Are we back on me now? Yeah. I can see cars going by. It's not like this car is in like a warehouse somewhere in the very, very back corner next to the cover of the Ark or whatever. Ark of the Covenant. Sorry, I had that backwards. This is out front or out on the side, and there's other police vehicles, those Durango police vehicles, parked next to it. So this guy crawled in there. Nobody saw him long enough for this guy to start decomposing. So let's find out a little bit more of his story of what happened to him. Yes, on March 26, a body of 37-year-old Eric Valencia was found inside the back seat of an out-of-service patrol vehicle parked right outside the police department. Here's what happened in detail. Valencia was released from the jail on March 23rd after being held on suspicion of DUI and child endangerment. According to the police department, Valencia had a blood alcohol level that was double the legal limit and was arrested. But then he showed no signs of distress when he was released. Following his release, surveillance shows Valencia walking to the front of the station, looking around and eventually entering the rear door of the patrol car number 37, where it had been left unlocked for maintenance. Here's where his problems got worse. According to authorities, the doors cannot be unlocked from the inside. Bang, bang. Come on, during the day, he's got to be banging on the window. Nobody sees him. It's a police department. You're supposed to be patrolling your own areas. But still, Valencia had his phone on him, and it was fully charged. So he could have called for help, but apparently he didn't. Valencia's family wants answers, which is why the footage is of him leaving the station and entering the cruiser was released. And now LA County medical examiner has not determined the cause of death, being stuck in a car for God knows how long. And they're going to start another independent branch of investigation. So there you go. Stuck in a car after a DUI. Can you imagine that? He probably was like, oh man, I am fucking hungover. I'm sitting in this nice, cool police cruiser. Opens the door up, gets inside. Of course, the child locks are on, or criminal locks are on. Door can't open. He could have crawled over the seat. I didn't see the plastic barrier separating the two. He could have crawled up in the front seat. You know, dispatch got on the radio. Dispatch, help! I'm in a cruiser. I'm a little white boy in a big old cruiser. So there you go. All right, when we come back, the NCAA tournaments are now over, and hopefully your favorite team won. But there is something more exciting out there that happened this past week, and it involved the high school girls basketball team. Whether she's got a future later on, her name is Ava, we'll find out, and we'll dive into her story when we come back. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us over on Facebook, and the reason why you're going to do that is because over on our Facebook page, you'll see the articles that we talk about here during the broadcast. We'll post them up there for you to follow as well, and it just kind of breaks up the monotony of your everyday activities that you have on there. So join the Deacon Live family over on Facebook. That's Deacon Live, all one word, and we'll post the articles that you see here so you can be part of the show as well. So join us over on Facebook. Now, this story, I saw this, I said, come on. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed it. A parakeet goes snorkeling in the Bahamas. Why not, right? And it's because the owner made a homemade submarine. BB, or Bebe, B-E-B-E, however you want to pronounce that. The parakeet has become an internet sensation after snorkeling, and I use the term snorkeling very loosely. You know, you think of something in the mouth, you think of goggles, you think the whole apparatus and stuff. No, this is a tube, some kind of container that's holding the bird inside. Kind of like those backpack cat carriers where the cat's in the back and this plastic bubble. You know, it's got vents for air and stuff so the cat doesn't die. This is kind of the same thing. So snorkeling in a homemade submarine. Oh, God, did I mess it up? No, I didn't. Delighted viewers about his adventurous spirit and his journey. Bebe the bird is an adrenaline junkie. With 15 skydiving jumps under his wings, Jesus Christ, this bird's living the life, and multiple flights in airplanes, and an annual week-long side-by-side bicycle trips in Iowa, Bebe and his owner, Stephen Lawyer, come on, Stephen, you got other shit to do with this parakeet, wanted to try something different. He says doing adventurous things with Bebe isn't new. Lawyer is loving of all things aviation, and his partner, him and his partner were heading out to the Bahamas for a longer than usual trip. So they got the paperwork done to take 6-year-old parakeet Bebe with them. When they were on their trip, Lawyer was hit with an idea. We like to snorkel, he says. He likes doing whatever we're doing as well. No, it's a parakeet. He has no fucking choice. You are the master of this program. So I thought, let's figure out a way to get him to snorkel with us. Sure, Steven. Must be a trip at parties. It prompted us to create what lawyer calls the Bebosphere. Oh, God almighty. It's a homemade submarine made from food-grade plastic and a 3,000 PSI paintball air cylinder, an oxygen meter, lead weights, and his very willingly white-winged bird is joining inside the tube. After many tests, they put baby in a mini submarine and let him bob around about 3 feet from the surface. And then lawyer says the water is shallow enough that he could stand up at any time and there are no rip currents. So here we go. This is baby in his little submarine. The container looks like about the size of a soda can, but it's clear. And he's got a little air ball gas canister kind of duct tape to it or electrical tape to it. So here he goes. Oh, look at him. He's chilling in there. Get me out of here. And the bubbles are coming out, like you would have an actual scuba outfit. You breathe out and the bubbles come out. And this is constantly refreshing itself, and he's not swimming. There's no propulsion or anything like that. He's literally just floating in the current. There he is. Baby, you're doing it, buddy. Look at him. And the hand comes out. Hopefully that's Steven. And he's taking him around. This bird's mind is blown. It's blown. There he goes. Swimming around. Well, he's in a tube. Stick him under a rock. Let him freak out for a little bit. How about that? That's pretty. I will. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive, actually. All right, enough of the bubblings. Give me gurgly butts. So there you go. Congratulations, baby. Maybe this is an invention for people to put dogs in it. Oh, God, please don't tell me people are going to put dogs in bubble things. And do they have that already? Do they have some kind of helmet that goes on a dog? Christ, we shot them up in space a couple times. Why can't we set them under the water in some kind of tube? Well, I guess they could go in a regular craft like we would. Like if I had my own submarine. Come on, Fluffy. Let's go. Let's get inside. He'd jump inside, and I guess that's already done. But I guess this is weird because it's a bird on his solo trip. So there you have it. Good luck, baby. Keep your wings dry. Now, I said the NCAA. Did I say that right? No. The NCAA tournaments have all finished, and hopefully your team won, whether it's the males division or the females division. There's a lot of speculation as far as, who did what and what did this, and, why aren't you shaking my hands and all this other stuff. Get over it. This is a better story. This story right here, it's an Iowa State high school basketball game. And this woman, this girl, student, Ava Smid, S-M-I-D, scored 8 points in the last 9 seconds of the game to win the game. It didn't say the championship or anything. So let's find out exactly what happened during this game. We're going to go to, is it ABC World? Yeah, we're going to go to him right now. So here we go.
Here, her name is Ava, and she's a star in Iowa, and she's our Person of the Week.
Person of the Week, Ava.
Tonight in Grimes, Iowa, just outside Des Moines, the whole town cheering after this jaw-dropping ending to the high-stakes high school girls basketball game. You have
high-stakes high school basketball game, okay? Got me?
To see it, to believe it.
So here we go.
The semifinals in Dallas Center Grimes High School was 6 points behind.
So this is this is not helping there. This is better than the WNBA. I'm sorry, gals. Your professionals out there. This is a high school game, and it's the fourth quarter, last quarter, and there's 45 seconds to go, and the score is Norwalk against DC Grimes, 42-36. So not a high-scoring game, but I'm sure intense nonetheless. So here we go. DC Grimes is where Ava plays. They're down by 6 points. So here we go.
40 seconds left. Sophomore Ava Smid. That's what they're calling
rebound.
One of the greatest endings ever.
She got the rebound.
Game in Iowa. Ava, number 12, scoring.
There's one.
Then
38
52
seconds left.
Later,
They do go for the quick two.
Ava again.
Got another shot.
Incredibly, watch this.
Steals the ball.
And they turn it over. Smid for two more. She scores.
That's tie game.
The game now tied, and Ava's not done.
Stole it at the last second. I say last second. There's still 20 seconds on the clock, but I'm pretty sure the other team did not or was not able to score at the end of that.
My mercy. What just happened?
The announcers, the crowd, everyone couldn't believe it. Ava Smid with 4 baskets in a row and her team winning.
There was still 19 seconds left. All right, let's go back to me now. There was still 19 seconds left. The other team couldn't score 1 basket in 19 seconds. If you've ever, and I'm a big NBA fan, by the way. If you've ever watched an NBA game, the last 5 seconds of the game takes a half hour to play because they're, timeout, bring the ball forward, foul the guy, let him shoot, come back, timeout, side bound, rebound, all that stuff. 5 seconds, it takes 30 minutes to play. They still had 19 seconds left for Norwalk to come back, and they couldn't do it. Good for Ava. I'm not going to take anything away from Ava, but good for Ava for scoring 8 points in in 19 seconds. And they still had 19 seconds to go. So, poo on the other team for not being able to wrap that showdown up. And when we come back, the mom took a nap, woke up, said something's not right, and looked at her daughter, her child, and said, "Holy Jesus Christ, what the hell did I do?" And what the kid did, well, it'll make you think about leaving things laying around the house. So stick around. We'll get into that story when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks are independent artists, and we give them a platform to showcase their music. So you can check them out over on our whole entire playlist that we have from 2025 and 2026. Check them out over there at Music Heard on Deacon Live. So if you enjoyed it and you want to hear the full-length song over there, any of the artists that we've had over the last 2 years or so, you can find them over on Spotify. Go to Music Heard on Deacon Live, and there's over 100 and some odd different artists in there. And some are very interesting, some are very talented, some are incredibly talented. So you can check them out over there if you want something a little different or broaden your mind a little bit as far as getting more musical knowledge and different artists out there that hopefully one day will make it big. Now, this right here, a Tennessee school board member tells a student, "God, you're hot," before touching her shoulder and wrapping his arm around her. His defense will shock you. A Tennessee board member was in hot water after a Washington County official named Keith Irvin gushed about the student's look on camera. And the other school board members was laugh. And all the other school board members, all they did was laugh and not intervene. What the fuck, The video from Thursday is now making the rounds on social media from its live stream of a Washington County school board meeting. In it, Kevin is seen wrapping his arm around a student and said that was a high school senior and a minor. He told her, "God, you're hot. You know that?" He then don't take that, please. Don't take that and put that somewhere. He then disturbingly asked her, "Where do you go to school at?" Dude, what? The girl's uncomfortable, and she kind of laughed a little bit. She attended Davy Crockett High School. All right, well, there you go. So now you know where she's going to school at. Satisfied, the school board member replies, "All right." The room interrupted in laughter before moving on. That's right. Nobody called out Kevin about this inappropriate remark. So here we go. Let's see. Is this the video? This is the video. All right, so let's go to camera 3 here. And don't forget, for every podcast, we do have a matching video over on YouTube. You can see the full-length podcast over on our YouTube channel. Search Deacon Live, all one word, then podcast, and join in the fun. So here we go, camera 3, and let's find out what Keith Irvin, is that his name, Irvin? Yeah, E-R-V-I-N. Is there another Keith Irvin, or is that Urban? I'm thinking of a country singer. So anyways, here we go.
Washington County, Tennessee school board member is speaking out after a video of him making comments toward a high schooler has turned some heads. It's our top story here on First at 4. I'm Ansley Daniel. Our own Belle Johnson has more on why this video from last night's meeting has stirred up controversy as it makes its rounds on social media.
Here we go.
A 12-second clip of the Washington County, Tennessee School Board meeting is circulating on social media, which shows board member Kevin Irvin making a comment to a student. Here's what's going around social media.
God, you're hot.
God, you're hot. Oh, they blurred the girl out completely. They put a big gray square over her. He says, God, you're hot, and he kind of reaches over to him. Now, let me describe him. He's probably early 50s, kind of a heavy-set guy, probably used to work out at one time. He's like a book, you know what a Brooklyn brawler looks like? He looks like a Brooklyn brawler. He's got a big old New York nose, Italian Luigi mustache, kind of balding on top. So here we go.
You know that? Where do you go to school at? All right.
All right.
Now, we spoke to Irvin today and asked him what led up to him making the comment. He says the board had been discussing the restructuring of schools.
She speaks as well as I do.
And that he was impressed by the students' comments.
I had a student board member beside me, and we was talking, and she got up and was asking questions and just thoroughly impressed me and the other board member.
And my penis.
She was a top-notch student board member, and she was asking real smart questions, and I reached over and I touched her on the shoulder and I said, "You're hot. You're good. You're one of the best I've seen."
Okay.
I didn't mean nothing by it.
So he's saying that you're hot, like you're on fire. You're asking the right questions. Bam, 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 bam. You're on fire type hot, not like, oh, you're hot. Now, with that being said, I'm going to let him finish. I'm going to go back to the beginning, and let's listen to that together and see if that's what he actually meant.
She was on fire. She asked good questions, and I was bragging about her.
Now, this next clip we're about to show you is from the meeting about a minute before that comment was made by Irvin. It shows the student responding to a discussion about the potential restructuring of the schools.
Okay, so let's see how hot she is or on fire.
The opportunity to consider strengthening.
Is that Woody Harrelson? That's Woody Harrelson, isn't it? It looks like him.
And making sure every middle school student has that level of
So the school board member asked her a question, and this is her response.
Do you think that you would start implementing bits and pieces in like RTI time starting in the elementary school so that they can, dip their toes in and then
I can't hear what she's saying.
Like step by step get them to high school.
But anyway, she's making a point to the guy who asked the question, are we going to do something about the elementary schools or something? So she's not up there just willy-nilly, what do they call it, a lame duck. She's sitting in the chair. No, she's asking the questions. I want to go back to where the guy said something, if it referred to her being actually physically hot or hot like comment-wise. So here we go.
Media.
Here's a...
God, you're hot. You know that? Where do you go to school at?
I go Crockett.
All right. Where do you go to school at?
Right, here he goes.
God, you're hot.
God, you're hot. I don't know. It seemed a little, God, you're hot. I can't see the picture to make other judgments either way. So there you go. So that's going to be floating around here on the internet. I don't know if he's going to lose his membership board or whatever like that. But there you have it. God, you're hot. I know. Thank you. I get that all the time on both ends, smart-wise and physical appearance-wise. Well, you tell me. You're watching the YouTube video. Now, this woman right here freaked out. She took a little nappy poo, woke up, and found out what her 3-year-old daughter ended up eating. A mom wakes up from a nap, feels something's off in the room, and then sees her 3-year-old daughter what she ate. A mom was freaking out over her daughter who ingested 50 melatonin gummies, could not believe how she ended up this way. Janelle, who goes by goes by online, goes by only.nelly on TikTok, filmed her 3-year-old child in the Children's Emergency Center looking a little bit out of it, but very much awake. The melatonin is a hormone. We know what melatonin is. If you don't know it by now, go eat a couple and tell me what they are. Janelle said the situation unfolded quickly and unexpectedly. Earlier that morning, a fire alarm went off in the house around 7 a.m., prompting her to rush her kids outside. After she was given the all clear, she put the youngest one back to sleep, and her older child said she wasn't tired, so Janelle left the bedroom door open and let her watch TV while she rested a little bit longer. Janelle woke up about 2 hours later, a little bit longer. She's got a wine hangover. Something felt off. There are 60 in a jar. This is what she said. There are 60 pills or chewable gummies in a jar of melatonin, and we had about 50 left because we used some already. She told this to Newsweek. Instead, the jar was empty and her daughter's mouth was full of the gummies. She ate them quickly before Janelle could reach her. She had 2 hours to munch on these things. You didn't make her any breakfast. You fell back asleep. The kid's starving. For children, pediatric guidance typically recommends a small dose of melatonin between 0.5 or 1 milligram and only advised by a healthcare professional to take these gummies for children. While melatonin is generally considered a low risk, ingesting large amounts can be very dangerous. I can get it. I got it. I didn't take any gummies. Ingesting large amounts can still be very dangerously, or being very dangerous to the child, especially for young children. Medical advances and advice should always be sought when dealing with something of this magnitude. According to the Cleveland Clinic, large amounts of melatonin can lead to side effects like extreme drowsiness, upset stomach, dizziness, and confusion, like I am right now. I feel like I've eaten 15 of them. I was freaking out, Janelle says. I told my fiance we need to take her to the hospital because just one gummy knocks her out and didn't know what to do. The gummies in question were the 1 milligram melatonin gummies intended for children. So these are the children's gummy bears or gummies that she's given her. I say gummy bears because it just rolls off the tongue. But 50 all at once is another story. Janelle's clip has gone viral with 2.8 million views. Many commenters couldn't work out how she was not asleep. So I want to see, where's the video at? Let's find the video. I see the picture. There she is. I want to see the, let me refresh. Here we go. I want to see the kid in the waiting room, in the emergency room. Here she is. Blow it up, blow it up. Oh, of course we got an ad here. So give me 1 sec. Now, with a child that age, would you consider pumping the stomach? Because you always hear, you don't never hear anyone pumping stomachs anymore. But you always used to hear, like in movies and TV shows, oh, we got to pump their stomach. They swallowed, so many sleeping pills and whatnot. With the gummies, would they do that? Let's see. Here we go. Play the video. I don't want to play. All right, I'm going to her video because this one doesn't want to be nice. Melatonin. Give me 1 second. There she is. There she is. All right, we got her. Are we in? Are we on board? Did I switch cameras too many times? Here we go. So they got the music playing. She is spaced out. She's just laying there on the table, or on the bed. She's got a big old bear, teddy bear, bigger than her. She's just sitting there. How's she not passed out? She is. Whoa. Mommy, the bear's talking to me. All right, we got it. I'm over. Went through all that trouble to find the video, and the video, not really. 2.8 million. Who knows? Who knows if that's true? Is there a police report? If a mother was found that her child got into her pills, even if they're over the counter, and she ingested 50 of whatever it was, X-Lac or whatever, that mother would be in jail. That mother would be having someone knocking at the door saying, Mrs. Janelle, you need to come out, or Miss Janelle, you need to come out here and we need to talk a little bit. So how did your daughter get a hold of the pills? Nothing. Even if they admitted into the hospital's got some kind of responsibility to say, hey, look, your child came in here, 50 melatonins in its belly. This is not normal. How the child get a hold of it? Okay, we're going to have, what is it, DCS or something like that? Child Protective Services. I don't know. I threw something in there. But you don't see anything, so I say fake story. Because the girl's just sitting there, probably had a stomach ache, and it was a boring story, and Janelle probably made up this thing to get 2.8 million likes or views or whatever on TikTok. Because that mom should have been taken downtown and given some gummy bears as well. All right, when we come back, why did this girl leave the country? Was it because of was it because of the political stance? Was it a quest to find other things outside the United States? Is she happy with what's going on here in the United States? Is she unhappy with her personal life? Is she unhappy with something? Well, she's unhappy with something. And what drove her to leave our country? Would it drive you to leave our country as well? And we'll get in her story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. And the way you can be part of the show is go over to prophetradio.com. The website's about, I don't know, what did I say, 50% done. The Deacon Live section's completely done. There's a couple other podcasts and stuff that we have to put on the Prophet Radio website because they're proud sponsors of Deacon Live, and there's a whole bunch of other different podcasts that are broadcast out of the studio, so that's where they all live. So we're slowly working on that, getting everything up and running in there, but the Deacon Live page should be pretty much done. And the reason why I say that is because you can go over there and you can leave us a message. Comes right to our inbox. We broadcast every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Little town we like to call Marshville. And don't forget, we have a YouTube page. You can follow us live streaming. We live stream the first segment or the first 15 minutes of the show. So you can find that over there, and then you can find the full-length video in its entirety over on our YouTube channel as well. So give us a subscribe over there and hit that bell, I guess. I don't know. Does that work anymore for the kids out there? Oh, I'll hit the bell. Did you hit the bell? I don't know. Did you hit the bell? No, I did it. Damn it. What the fuck? Now, this woman right here, I say woman, I'm going to call her a child. And the reason why I'm going to call her a child is because of the actions that she's taken. Now, when I say the actions that she's taken, a college graduate has been branded a loser and a whiny fucking bitch after leaving the United States for this reason. She's defaulting on her student loans. Okay, I understand student loans. I've never had a student loan. I qualified when I was going to school. I got a Pell Grant to get me started, and then I maintained my grades and everything, and I did well. I paid for my schooling. I worked 2 jobs at the time. God, I got to get rid of this. I worked 2 jobs at the time to pay for my schooling. My parents didn't pay for my schooling. I paid for it. Did the best I could, did what I can, got what I could out of it, and then went on about my career. This girl took out a student loan and didn't want to pay it back. I don't want to pay it back. She even went through the whole entire thing as far as like the financial forgiveness and all that stuff, and they got her payments down. You ready for this? Down to $60 a month to repay back her student loan. So when I say she's a child, you are a child. Amanda Tully, 37, admits she was never financially stable, as she revealed how she hadn't made any repayments in 7 years since moving to the Czech Republic to escape her $65,000 federal loan. She reportedly made a drastic decision to go over to Prague less than a year after graduating from the University of Oregon and failing to find a job with her master's degree in historical preservation in 2017. So here's what I have to say before I continue with this article. If you default on your loan, they should take your degree away. How about that? I got a degree. What is it in? Historical preservation. What are you going to do with that? You going to open up a library or something? You going to dust some dirt off some skeleton bones and stuff? No. Historical preservation? If I was to walk into a party and you're like, oh, look at that handsome guy. And they're like, what do you do? And I go, I am a historical preservationist. And everyone goes, what the fuck is that? I'd be laughed out of the room unless I was at an event that was all about history and preservation, all in the same sense. You know, your chocolates and my peanut butter, the same thing, you know, type deal. Let's find out why else this woman is a child. Where did I leave off? Oh, I was never financially stable because I never was taught to be financially stable. It's not taught. Nobody teaches you that. You figure it out. She also has a BA in art history from the Metropolitan State University in Denver. Well, you've got it. You're smart enough to go to and get these degrees and stuff. You're not smart enough to figure out $20 goes out, $50 comes in. You don't spend the $50 when you got another. Anyways, Tully said that she was on an income-based repayment plan, which allowed her to have the remaining debt forgiven after 20 years if she made the qualifying payments. So after 20, if she just paid $60 a month for 20 years, she would have been debt forgiven. I guess that's how it works. I don't know. If I'm right, I'm right. Or if the story's right, that's right. And she freaked. She panicked. She said, I can't do that for 20 years. 20 years, yeah. Her payment was just $20 a month. I'm sorry, $60 a month. But she complained she complained that even this amount was psychologically a burden to her. The payments weren't even paying off the interest. It was so frustrating, she said. Welcome to the world at 37. 37, you child. You stupid child. Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at her pictures here. I'm going to switch over to camera 3. She's got tattoos on her arm. She's got tattoos. She's got the little, the nose ring. You can always see what her stance is. Well, some sympathize with Tully, who said that she spent her teenage years as a ward of the state in Colorado. Okay, got it. Many were stunned at her brazen actions. One social media user compared Tully to a trend of entitled, downward mobile, middle-class people shoplifting from stores such as Whole Foods and so on and so forth. It's just Whole Foods shoplifting is what they say, the fancy writer says. So here she goes. Someone else pointed out in this picture that Tully appeared to be wearing designer headphones in her photo shoot for the Times. Was she? Is she wearing headphones? I can't see. This is the Times. Oh, maybe this is not the right thing. Where'd she get those from? Almost 8 million of the 40 million borrowers with federal student debt have defaulted on their loans, according to recent figures in the Department of Education and so on. However, borrowers who move abroad to stop making payments will likely see their credit scores plummet, making it far more harder and more expensive for them to borrow money later on in time. But let me tell you, I say, it's just me. Like I said, if you got your degree and you don't pay the payment back, you can't, it's nothing. Is a degree anyways valuable to someone other than the person who values it? Does that make sense? I mean, outside of being I'm a doctor. Oh, really? Doctor what? Psychology. Okay. Did you pay your loan back? I'm working on it. Don't mess with my brain. But if you go to apply for a job, it's like re-upping your driver's license. You go apply for a job, and the job says you need to have a bachelor's of arts in historical preservation. Okay, Tully, sit down. Miss Tully, thank you very much. And you have a bachelor's. Perfect. That's what we need. Let me just verify that it's still active. Oh, looks like you have not made a payment on your degree, so the state has taken it away from you. That's what should happen. Take it away from her and hold it. I mean, don't make her take the classes again. Take it away until she starts making payments, like court. That you make payments on your court or taxes or something like that. Take it away until she starts making payments, and then after a year of, I'm doing well, making $60 and paying you guys, and there you go. Tell me what you think. Go over to profitradio.com and let me know what you think. Or if you're watching this video now on our YouTube channel and our shorts and stuff, I'm sure this will be one of the shorts once we chop everything up. You can see all the little short segments over there on YouTube as well. let us tell us what you let us know how you feel about it. That's what I meant to say. I'm all about finding new music. Here on Deacon Live, as you guys know, a lot of the music artists that are on during the breaks are independent artists. They are not signed. They're independent artists. We give them the platform to showcase their music, and we hope that you enjoy that music. And our listening audience, you know, is a broad range of listening audience. People ask me all the time, well, what's your audience? What's your demographics? This show, because it's a podcast, it's broad. We reach all the way to Europe. We reach to Australia, you know, Canada, all the way down to Central and Africa and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of people in Africa are listening to us, but still, we reach such a huge demographic that our music is a large demographic in itself. And you can listen to a lot of it over on our Spotify playlist, Music Heard on Deacon Live. This one is coming out of left field. I was always jealous of musical artists that knew time changes and time and was able to read music and do all that stuff rather than like the garage bands. You know, left note, right note, left note, finger, this, and oh God, that sounded really bad. You know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, you know, change this chord and change this chord and change this chord. I always was amazed at people that could read music and go, okay, like the Beatles, you know, instead of going to C sharp, can we go like a D minor maybe, you know, something like that. I was always impressed. I think that just makes a band stand out a little bit. Tool is a great example. I'm not a big Tool fan. There's people that live and die by the Tool sound, and Maynard and all the things he does. He's a genius, according to the people that listen to him. These people right here, I don't know if they're geniuses or not, or if this is just a happy accident. There's a group out there right now that's called, what are they called? Angine de Portrine, I guess. And they're a little different. And we'll switch over to camera 3 here so you can see it. They dress up in polka dotted outfits. And absurd, abstract polka dotted outfits. White dots on black cloth, or black dots on white cloths. Their face is covered. They have some kind of weird headset on or headgear on. They wear gloves. Their body's completely covered in polka dots. Their guitars, their instruments, everything's in polka dots. So I don't know if the Angie de Portrin means polka dots. They got weird masks on with big long noses and stuff. But it's the type of music that they're doing is called Microtonal. So let's figure out what that is. And you guys are listening to it for the first time right now. And tell me if you like it. So here we go. Am I on camera 3? Yes, I am. Oop, now I am. Here we go. Let's find out what's going on. So listen to this.
Angine de Portrine.
De Portrine. Here we go. No singer, no lead singer, nothing like that. Just the music. A person who's got has one of those Jimmy Page where it's got 2 guitars on one thing, and it has a bass and a regular 6-string guitar. And a drummer, and that's it. Kind of like the White Stripes.
Now, if we look carefully at this band, we can see there's something quite unusual going on. And it's not just the fact that they're dressed as the French-Canadian cousins of Mr. Blobby.
Right.
No, it's the fact that this guitar has far more frets on it than it should have, at least for a normal guitar. The frets are far closer than they usually would be, right?
Yes.
And that's because this is a microtonal guitar. Angine de Portrine are playing microtonal music.
Okay.
Microtonal music is music that uses intervals that are smaller than the standard intervals we get.
I hope I don't get flagged on YouTube for this, because this is awesome. Hopefully they'll flag it and say, okay, you can go on about this. Maybe if I break it up enough, they won't flag me for it. They will. It's fucking YouTube. You know how they are. So here we go.
Western music. The smallest interval you usually get in Western music is what we call the half step or the semitone. Basically, 1 fret on the guitar or 1 key on the keyboard. C to C sharp is a semitone. But despite the fact that Western instruments and Western music theory is set up to suggest that there is no pitch between C and C sharp, there's actually many different pitches between these 2 notes.
Okay.
In Western music, we usually tune middle C, for example, to the frequency 261.63 hertz.
Are you writing this down? Write it down.
Next available note is C sharp, which is tuned to 277.18 hertz. So there is definitely a whole bunch of different frequencies between these different notes.
That's the one in the middle.
Frequency, well, that's just a different pitch we could use. So artists like Angine de Pontrain use these intervals, use these notes between the notes. Now, there's various ways you can go about doing this, but the most straightforward way, and the way that Angine de Pontrain seems to do it, is using not 12 divisions of the octave, i.e. not dividing the space between C and the next C by 12, but doubling those divisions. Having a division between every normal note on our Western keyboard or our guitar neck, giving us 24 notes in the octave. The normal setup of having 12 notes in an octave is referred to as 12-tet or 12-tone equal temperament.
Got it.
Or it's sometimes also described as 12 Edo.
Right.
Standing for equal divisions of the octave. So when we put a note between all of
Am I losing you? Am I losing you? It's interesting. I think this is interesting.
24 Edo, 24 divisions
24
of the octave.
Tone equal temperament.
Frets on this guitar because it's giving access to those 24 notes rather than the typical 12 notes. So how do we refer to these 24
Okay, I know. Everyone's like, get on with it. Let's go back to me now. So there you go. I forget what the name of it. Angine Portrine? Something like that. And here's an actual song with no talking over of another sample of what they do. So here we go. This is just them live. It sounds like the same thing. Drummer's all dressed up. He's got a big floppy nose. It's almost hypnotic. What do we call this one? We call this one do 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 do. Oh really? I like your other song do 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 do. That's on their next album. Interesting, yes. Different, yes. Could I listen to this all day long? Only if I took like 50 gummies. That's it. If I took 50 gummies, I'd be like, hey man, put on that Adrian Protein band, man. They sound really good. Yeah, I know. All right, when we come back, 25 or 21 years in the making. This little girl was shown on a TV screen, and now she takes her first sip of alcohol, and where she does it makes it so much important. So stick around. We'll discuss her story and talk about her when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, we go live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on our YouTube channel. So check us out over there. We go live for the first 15 minutes show, and then you can see the whole entire podcast, the whole entire video later on. So make sure you give us a little subscribe over there. But at 1 o'clock, sit in front of your TVs, your monitors, your TV screen, you get on your phone. And you can see the first segment of the show of me skipping and flipping and messing up like I do towards the end of the show. It's a continuous train wreck all the way through it. So you can enjoy the first part and then come back later and see the whole entire train wreck in its entirety over there on our YouTube channel. Now, the Nationals, is that the baseball team? Nationals Park, I guess. On Saturday was the 21st anniversary of the first game in the Washington Nationals history. It was also a lifelong Nats fan, Sorcha, S-O-R-C-H-A, Lewis's 21st birthday as well. So to mark the occasion, the Nats invited her to take a ceremonial first sip instead of the first pitch. So let's see what she's got going on. 20 years ago today, we played our inaugural game, and Sorcha was born. She was born, I guess, on that day, and now she's 21 years old. God, you want to date yourself? Watch this person grow up right in front of you, and here she goes taking her first inaugural sip. Here she goes.
Today, on April 4th, 2005, the Nationals played their inaugural game as DC's team.
Here she is.
And on that very same day,
yes,
Sorcha Lewis was born.
Sorcha!
Destined from day one to become a lifelong member of the Nats family. Today, as we celebrate 21
there she
years
is,
of
little
Nationals
kid.
baseball, we're
her
doing
dad.
it in a big way, with help from our friends at Budweiser and our 21-year-old birthday girl herself, who's on the mound. Nationals fans, it's time. Please join us in raising a toast.
Here she
to
goes.
21 years of memories, milestones, and Nationals baseball. And to Sorka as we celebrate
All right,
the
Sorka.
ceremonial first sip.
Budweiser gets in here. All right, here we go. Chug.
Cheers to you.
Chug,
fans,
chug,
and happy
chug,
21st
chug,
birthday.
chug, chug. Oh, God, she's chugging it. She's not putting it down. Oh, she's going to puke. Oh, she's going to puke. Yeah, I did it many times before.
Happy birthday, Sorka.
Happy birthday. There you go. So Sorga, what's her name? Sorga Lewis? Yeah. Sorga Lewis was born on the day that the Nationals played their very first game, and they brought her out there to chug a beer. Now, ironically, she was arrested and found in the back of a cop car dead. I'm kidding. I'm trying to bring everything full circle. And speaking of full circle, we had parakeets underwater. We had game-winning shots for a high school basketball team. This thing right here will steal your heart and give you all the good feels all the way around. Champ. Champ is a black Labrador, and he's at a baseball game. And Champ, his job is one thing, and one thing only. And we'll switch over back to the camera 3, and you tell me what Champ's job is. Here we go. Champ's sitting in the dugout, and they're watching the batter. He's watching that batter. Champ is locked on. Is there a mute button? Here we go. Champ is waiting. I can't see who the baseball team is. Batter. Oh. Ball. He's watching. He's watching the pitcher. He hits the ball. Champ. Locks on target. He goes out there to get the bat. He's the bat dog. Way to go, Champ. He's the bat dog. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Here he goes. Give him one more time. Because Champ is comeuppance here. Here we go. Get him, Champ. Get him, Champ. He's waiting. He's got a little blue vest on. He's got a GoPro on him. Grabs the ball, or grabs the bat, brings it back inside. I'll tell you what, you get more dogs out there in the baseball field, you get some drunk people out there. Let's go back to me now. You get a bunch of drunk people out there, you get a bunch of dogs out there doing cute things, they'll adopt them. You want to adopt the pet population, you want to get that pet population down, bring a bunch of dogs out there and have them do wild, crazy stuff, and then bring, a couple audience members out there and let them choose their ownerships or whatever, like they do the vets and stuff. So there you go. There's Champ the dog. He's a bat boy. He's a bat dog. So, all right, guys, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you follow us over on our Facebook page. That's DeaconLive, all one word. Follow us over on YouTube. We go live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. Make sure you follow us over there as well. And you can also follow all our TikTok channels and all the stuff that comes out of this beautiful studio over on TikTok. That's B Podcast Famous over on YouTube. I'm sorry, over on TikTok. And if you want to be heard during the show, go over to Prophet Radio and leave a message. Comes right to your inbox, and we'll play it in the very next podcast. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon saying good night. And good night.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Go Champ! Go Champ! Puppy dog! Here we go. See ya. Bye.